the next custom step or part will be the proportions part. So in this part we will create this rig. Now I don't have the skinning yet here, but basically we will split the face in 4 parts. So we will have like the middle here, and we will have the well, around here, sorry, around here, and this part will move the jaw and the nose, and then we will have one part that move only the mouth and jaw, and here one for the eye area and another for the skull and eyebrows area. So with these proportions we can stretch our character and create like a band head or create like a funny cartoony stylized things. Also we will add some controls for the ears and nose, and for the nose you can see here we will add one for the nostrils here, and we will go straight and create the jaw also included here. It depends. Sometimes I create the jaw separately, so I have even more control, but just to keep a little simple the things, we can add it together. It has some trade-offs and so on. Of course every decision have trade-offs, but I think it's a good balance between like flexibility and complexity. Okay, so let's start with the starting scene. So I go here. By the way, we will split this video in 2, one for creating the guide and the other one for creating the skin, so it doesn't get too boring or more than needed. Okay, so the proportions start I have here. So this is where we left the character on the previous video. One thing is in the previous video I called this face UI, and I changed it to face, so sorry for that. I wasn't sure if I was using this or the other one. As you can see, it's not like very strict like the way I do the things, and depends of production or the decisions I may have, it will change a little bit. And also that's important to keep this flexibility, so don't take every of these single custom steps as something that this can be like this. So like I was saying, like the mouth or the jaw control component can be in a separated custom step or local rig, let's say. So what I have here is this, and just let me sorry, I'm just gonna go back to the maybe the proportions end. So I just want to make a quick overview what we're gonna do here on the guide. So we will have these 2 parts that you can see here, this and this. So this is the headband, and this is gonna be there, and this is the band too. It's gonna be like this, and yeah, I think that I inverted this one. Great. And this one is gonna be here, and this is gonna be there. So sorry, I just prepared this and it's not correct. So this one should be parent this one. So this is Z0. Let me double check. And this one, great. So this one goes around here, and this one, let me preserve child, goes here, and I very close, very close, but not exactly the same. I will do it from scratch again, so don't worry. And just preserve children off. Yeah, that make much more sense. I'm sorry, I did this quickly, and I of course always I do mistakes. That's how it works. Anyway, okay, so we have this, the jaw. So I'm calling this the headband. So sometimes I call this part a jaw band and this part the headband. Sometimes it's all headband, and the order this is, well, it's not like super, but this is Z0, Z1, and then for the lower part will be Z2 and C3. You can, I mean, you can choose what you use. Later for the nose, we have the nose, and this is nostril, so we'll have one for each one. I will add one for the mouth and the tongue. The tongue, of course, I didn't rename it. It's called chain. I will change that to tongue later. And we will use like 4 divisions. and now we have the ear here. That's it, and all of this, it's a child of this original like headband here. Oh, sorry, face, not headband. Okay, so now that we have this overview, let's move back to our start position. So proportions, start. No, I don't want to save this. And go mGear, shifter, guide manager. And I'm gonna use Control-01. So first one, I select this one. I just don't need the, okay, here. I don't need the rig. Just gonna build again. So Control-01. So this is gonna be called headband. I need the joint. I don't want uniform scaling. I don't want wall space orientation. You will see later we will flip one of the axes. So when you take everything together, it will, instead of bend in the same direction, it will bend in the opposite direction. So it creates like a nicer shapes or more easily. And I just want to use circles as a base. So that's it for the moment. So I have the first one. So we said the first one, it's gonna be the base here. So just can move it there from the side. Just gonna put it around just here. So we said this is the cut under the eye, so a little lower maybe, and just place it there in the center of the head. So the second one, it's gonna be here, that it's around the height of the eyebrows, and it's gonna move this out. Maybe you can create like effects like this is going really down, things like that. That's all really stretchy the head. Of course, if you're working with more realistic characters, you're not gonna do it, but let's put it there. And this is gonna be this is gonna be parent of this one, so we just reparent here. And now I'm just gonna duplicate this one and add it here just a little lower, and again it's almost the same position here. Just double check here, this should be also child of the directly of the face root here. And the last one, I want it just under the nose, or where the jaw pivot articulation around here, so you can see just round there more or less. Okay, and just to be sure, the Z, just put it to 0. Oh no, no, this one, it's gonna be child of this one, and now yeah, do 0 here. So now you can see that it's all aligned there. Now, one thing I forgot is, I was saying like we want this invert axis thing, and basically what we need to do is rotate 180 degrees the y-axis. So here on the rotating y-axis, 180, watch out, like this. So now it's going to invert the rotations in the two axes that we want. So in X and Z axis. You will see later. Okay, cool. So we have this. What else? Let's create the nose. So for the nose, I'm just going to use this one. Duplicate. Around here, I want it on the base of the nose. You can have maybe 2, 3. It depends what you want to do with the nose. For me, like I found like this one, it's good enough around here. So in the base, don't put it on the tip, because normally if you want to bend the nose, you don't want to bend it from the tip. If you rotate from the tip, it's gonna offset the base, so that's kind of ugly. You want to have one here on the tip, in the base. And if you want to add another on the tip, it's up to you. You can add it. It's not like it's forbidden or anything like that. It's just like if you want to rotate. And of course, if you only move, maybe it's good enough in the tip. Okay, so this is here. So I'm just gonna call this nose, and it's 0 because this is index 0 again, and not that's good. Where I put this as a child, this should be child of this one here, this bend 0. So because it's the one that rotates the nose and everything. So put it there, the parent. And now we do the nostrils, the holes on the nose. I hope it's called nostril in English. I think so, but please feel free to correct me anytime. As you can guess, I'm not native English speaker. Okay, so I try to put this one that it's planar to the hole itself. So when you move, it have some like correlation with the plane that is defined by this area here. And I'm just gonna make it smaller. This is gonna give us also an extra control. I mean, the size of the circle is gonna be automatically adjust, depends based on the size of the nostril itself. I think it's cool like that. And I have my hotkey, duplicate symmetry. I can symmetrize because I see the error here. Okay, so you cannot make symmetry is center. So what you want this put that it's left. Of course, this is gonna be nostril, and this is gonna be 0. And now if I duplicate, yeah, it's gonna do it. Okay, cool. So we have this for the band. Now for the ears, so we're gonna do the same. Just take this one. I'm taking this one here and not the others because this is rotated in the other direction. So I just want to avoid that. So the ears around here, that's okay. Again, I'm just gonna rename this ear left and 0. And again, you can see I'm using a lot of hotkeys and a lot of hotkeys basically. So if you don't know which hotkey, I mean, you should know before starting this workshop. There's other videos in the channel that explains all the bases. So hopefully I'm not wasting too much of your time. But if you don't know these hotkeys and how to do it, I recommend to watch all the other videos, or well, you can use the buttons here. But yeah, sorry, this is how I work, and it's hard to me sometimes to fall back to the old buttons. So I hope you understand. Okay, so I have the ear left, ear right, and the where I want to put the ear parenting. So I'm gonna put it here on the eyes. So if you have a glasses or something, goes consistent all. Yeah, you can choose to put it there, but when you move the jaw like this, maybe the ears is gonna move. So it's up to you. And of course you can put it separated in another custom step. I did it sometimes, I think for Lupin I did like that, I don't remember exactly. So I have more controls on the ears that just adding all this on the same proportions. I think for Lupin I only did the bend. Man, it was too many years ago, sorry, I don't remember. But yeah, it can be up to you how you design this. Okay, so this is the stars. So just let me save as, and I have my, I don't want to forget proportions and here, so I'm just gonna override this one. I hope I don't mistake these ones. Probably I will end up overwriting something at some point. Anyway, yeah, that's it. The last thing, it's gonna be the mouth component or jaw. So we go here and just we have mouth, and I'm gonna use the one. I have the two that have some extra offset, but I'm just gonna use the one for this class. So while there, I will click. So in this case, I'm just making a child of the this bend. I think it's 3. Yeah, bend 3. Yeah, headband 3. And should be in the same position. Not actually, not actually. It's better to avoid to have it in the same position, but I think the jaw is better if you go it a little higher here. So I want the offset position here, but maybe the skin is gonna be around there. I mean, it can be closer like this. So we have this control. This it's to have some kind of jaw rotation also in this component. So you can put it in the middle if you want, or you can put close to the parent like this, so it's gonna rotate from here. So depends. If you want the rotation like the mouth here, you put it on the center of the mouth. If you want more like from the jaw, like this, I hope I don't break my jaw. So, and this is for teeth and lips. So normally I put it in the center volume of the lip, so the teeth, it gets a little offset the position because using the same position for both controls, but it's not that bad because the lip, you may have some rolling, so you want to have it on the center, so it creates a really beautiful rolling effect. But the teeth, you're not gonna roll it, so you will only translate mainly on scaling, so it's okay to have it offset. I mean, you can roll it, you can rotate, of course, but it's compromise or between these two. So I'm just gonna add it there, and this one for the lower lip around there. So you see now it's very convenient, the locator shape, because this is very easy to figure out where is the lip volume. But if you remember, I was talking on the topology comments video that it's important to keep track of your lips volume, so it's easier if we highlight isolate, or I don't know how it's called, it's yeah, this isolate, yeah, and have this a little better. Okay, so we have the jaw, and this one is just gonna be here, the jaw control. So indeed, it doesn't matter where you put it, if you can put there, but yeah, to have it something like that, it's much better. Okay, so we have the guide ready, and what I want to do now is to build this. But before I build, because I only want to create the I would say it, I only want to create the guide itself to adjust the shapes of the control, so I want to disconnect this one. Don't worry, we will add again the path. I know it's missing here. Okay, so just saving again just in case, and I'm just gonna build. And it's complaining. Oh, nice. That's cool. Why is complaining, you may say? If I don't mistake, okay, let me it says that the guide doesn't to be updated, and you know, this workshop has been in the making for many years, like 2 years actually, and I have this kind of scenes already prepared from long ago, but it's an old mGear. So this one, it's not an updated guide from the new mGear, so just need to go here and update guide. Of course, when you get, if you get the Gumroad sample, it's gonna be updated, but here wasn't, so that's the reason, because it didn't pass this. Yeah, probably some information on the root of the guide. Okay, so now I can build, working now, so that's cool. I think you can see more and more how I do a lot of mistakes here. Okay, so I'm just gonna hide the guide, just have here my controls, and everything is over the place. And also I realized I forgot the tongue. Yeah, I'm trying to go quickly. This video is getting longer. How long is? I don't see the timing. Oh, 1 second. 20 minutes. It's not totally terrible. Okay. Just print this off here. This. Boom. The nostril. As you can see, everything is gonna be done live, so I hope it's not getting too boring, but yeah, it's what it takes. Okay, this one, I'm just gonna move it here just to create something meaningful for the nose. And we can adjust this later, of course, doesn't need to be perfect now. And this one, when you have a mirror, we have a tool on under rig bits mirror control shape. So from selection, so you pop, you can mirror the other one. That's very convenient. Okay, for the ears, I want to make flat half part like this. I'm just gonna keep a little. And now I'm just gonna rotate with the J. You can snap, so, and adjust a little bit like that. So, and I don't like the shape. I think in the example on the previous scene it's a little nicer. Okay, maybe, well, if you want to spend more time there, it's up to you. Just gonna leave it like that. Mirroring. Okay, now the big one. So these ones I create the base, it's the bigger one, and I create the smaller one. You can create it like a, and sometimes I create like crossing bars like this. It's up to you. Again, it's your preferences, how you want to create controls. So here I'm just gonna again snap to, oops, no, what I did wrong here is I have the rotation not on the object center, so that's the reason. And now, whoop, up. Yep, I have it there. And I'm just gonna scale it bigger all, and later we're gonna make it smaller, so around here is good. So I'm just gonna take it, so this one that is the first, just gonna, I have a hotkey to select the shape. If you don't have it, you can go here in shapes, and inside the object you select the shape. But you can see here, if I have this, I have a hotkey that selects automatically the shape, so it's a bit faster for me to work. Okay, I'm just gonna put this bigger, this lower part I want to scale it here. You will see now it's a little messy, but it's gonna come, whoops, all in place very soon. It's going up, and this I'm just going down a little around there, no, around, sorry, here, and this one just scaling. Just gonna scale all like this, completely flat, and this same thing. Okay, now the lower part, so just select these points, and again scaling from the object center, so we move it back this part, and this part again here, and let's make it smaller, and make these two, just adjust by hand. Just a little up, just to find a good balance here. And you don't need to keep it there. If you prefer, you can move it forward, the shape, so like something like this, so it's easier to select. I mean, it's, again, it's up to you how you do it. And now we have these shapes in place. I want to show you something. I'm just gonna hide this. What I was saying, like if I did a mistake, you see now it's rotating in the opposite direction. So when you create these effects like bending the head, things like that, it's gonna create a nice effect. And I think I didn't, yeah, it's rotated. It is misalignment here with the top part, so it feels like it's offset, but it's not. Okay, so far so good. I'm just gonna take all my controls that I adjusted and extract controls. And again, don't worry if you don't make it like perfect in the first pass. I tend to adjust little by little everything in each of these custom steps or local rigs, or I don't know how, like stages of the rigging, and you can change it later. So nothing is set stone here. Okay, so I have this extracted. So far so good. So I can just gonna save one just in case, and say and delete the rig. Why I delete the rig? Why? Well, because I forgot the tongue. So I want to add the tongue. So I'm just gonna make this parent, and I'm just gonna call here chain, and we can use the regular chain for this one. And if you want to have it lighter, like how you can use the light one, that it's probably more simple. The only difference is some, like if you scale a section in this one, it's gonna transfer the scaling to the childs. In the default chain, it's a bit more complex, so you can scale one of the sections without affecting the other sections. That's really nice, but it has also like some performance like cost, not too much, but a little bit. Okay, so now I have, what is my tongue here? Oh, come on. Yep, tongue. Okay, so let's put this in place here. Let's move it like that. Boom. And let me check the options here. First thing, this is gonna be tongue. Here I want neutral pose. This is important. Now I have here some kind of rotation or some difference, so it's not in a straight line, this chain. So if you don't set neutral pose, you will remember that the neutral pose is straight. And here I want them in neutral, it keeps the orientation. So I use that one. Of course I want joints, so I want to deform my tongue, and I don't need the negative or right. This I will not touch it on this class, I think. Okay, so far so good. So we have the tongue ready, just saving again, build again. So everything hotkeys, you will see every time, build, delete, build, delete, build, delete. That's how we do it. Okay, so I think that's all for this video, and see you in the next one.